Topic number trace. This is clearly probably one of the nerdiest of the nerd podcasts that, or whatever you call this, YouTube cast shows that we've done, because they're basically all comic stuff or all Marvel and DC stuff, which is fine because we like talking about that shit. Infinity War.
I think Firefly was on Dark Horse, so.
Well, yeah, comics, whatever you want to call it. This is why we're a great nerd show, because we know the difference between that. Remember Dreamwave? Well, that was a great company until it imploded. They're the ones that brought Transformers back to comics before IDW. But anyway, Infinity War. Did you say it started filming? Is that right?
Yeah, it started production this week.
Started production, and there's been lots of little tidbits that have come out over the past couple weeks on Infinity War. Some new weapon that's or maybe that was from Thor Ragnarok. I can't remember. I thought it was from Infinity War that he might be using, but apparently, like, Thanos might be like one of the major characters. Like, obviously not a major character.
He should be.
Yeah, but like one of the main characters. Like, I'm assuming as far as screen time, which you usually don't get as much from the villain. I just think that that's been given so much weight in the leaks that means much more than just the glancing in on how the bad guy's doing from time to time. I'm kind of curious how we take that. Does that mean that we're going to learn a lot about Thanos and start to empathize with him or whatever? I mean, apparently his ultimate goal is to rebalance the universe as he sees it. So when he figures out that the Infinity Stones could do this for him at the snap of a finger, that becomes his main goal. So knowing Marvel, I mean, don't get me wrong, some of their bad guys, while all done really well, can be a little bit cookie cutter. If they decide to give this person a lot of depth, get into his mind, so you kind of see like he doesn't see himself as a villain, which I guess most of them don't. But I don't know. I think that'd be cool if they can manage to get a little bit more depth than they tend to with a lot of the villains in Marvel movies. But what else came out about this? There's a couple other things.
There's a lot of set stuff right now.
Yeah.
With all the people showing up. But, I mean, just the basis of Infinity War is that Thanos has the gauntlet. And that's just it. He's trying to reshape it. I mean, it's a basic synopsis for the story.
Right. This is really cool that, like, this is kind of the culmination of what they set out to do. They didn't even know if they were going to get here, starting from Iron Man. It's kind of cool to know that this is coming to... What do you think that they're going to do with this? Do you think that this is... I mean, obviously, there's probably going to be a huge titanic shift by the time that this movie is over with, right? A lot of people are probably going to die. Do you think we're still going to have, like, Robert Downey Jr. anymore? Who else do you think that we might lose? Because this could be a good...
There's been rumors that he's going to die.
Uh-huh.
There's been rumors that Captain America is going to die. Right now, I mean, I can't confirm any of it. I mean, I don't know.
Well, yeah, nobody can. I'm wondering, what would you like to see out of this? Because... I don't want to say goodbye to Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, but I think that wasn't his contract up. In fact, the only reason that they extended him a little bit was to do the Spider-Man and apparently the Civil War. Because what was the movie that he said, time for me to tap out? Was Age of Ultron. Wasn't that originally he was going to be done with his contract there? Except for Infinity War, he was just going to come back for that. But then they renegotiated, got him to come back in for Civil War also.
See, I don't know, though, because Infinity War originally was 2 parts.
Right.
So does he still have some, Phil Fumes?
Well, yeah.
Still a Phil.
Let's say, because you're right, they're not calling both parts Infinity War. Now they're going to have the other Avengers movie, which is still going to take place a year later, but it's going to be called something else that they're not telling us what it is. So we're assuming we're still going to have Robert Downey Jr. for, let's just say we do have him for those two. Whatever the 2 parts are, however they work. I think that'd be a good send-off for him if he, wants to kind of tap out, because obviously they're going to recast.
I mean, there's rumors that he may make a 4th Iron Man movie too. Yeah,
but there's been no more than what people have been saying for a few years.
Well, yeah, I mean, apart from him saying he'd be willing to make a 4th Iron Man movie, that's about it.
Right.
But no, I mean, we've talked about Marvel and the direction they go and why it works. I think having Thanos as a main character in the movie is important, because I think about my gripes with, like, Fantastic Four. You have a character like Doctor Doom. First, you pollute his origin story, and then you just make him so single-minded and undeveloped of a character. It's just ridiculous.
Which Fantastic Four are you talking about? The original or that remake?
The first or second one.
Okay, yeah.
Even the third one. Even the remake is
I never saw the
That's
remake.
not his story.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is Doctor Doom is a good enough villain that he could have his own movie. And I mean, I think if they make Infinity Wars Thanos' movie, and they just bring the Avengers kind of in as, I don't want to say they're the protagonists, but it kind of, here's this bad guy, here's
right?
the movie about this bad guy, or the antagonist, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that would actually be the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. You got to build some depth. Apart from seeing him sit in a chair, talk to a few people, Thanos hasn't really done anything in the universe yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen him for shit.
You hear about him.
Right.
I mean, he's a horrible person, and there's tons of material they can go into. I mean, Gamora is his daughter. I mean, he's just got tons of backstory. Drax's main goal is to kill Thanos because he believes he killed all of his daughters. So,
do we know anything as far as Guardians 2? Is Thanos going to have a substantial role in?
I've heard he's not going to be in there.
Okay.
So, I mean, obviously, I'm just reading things off of blogs and things like that. So, I mean, I don't know. Nobody's seen it to tell me the.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is going to – I'll be interested to see how they balance all this. And, again, Marvel's done it so far, so they have my confidence. Like, I don't have any anxiety towards it or worry. But, I mean, having Spider-Man, every character for the most part from all the Marvel movies that have come thus far, including Guardians of the Galaxy, which almost have taken place in a completely other realm compared to all the other Marvel movies thus far. Doctor Strange. I can't wait to see how they do this. Remember when the first Avengers movie came out, and probably one of the biggest question marks in the air was, okay, yeah, they're getting Joss Whedon to do it, the fan favorite of the comic book lore, whatever, before he had the credibility he does now. And now they're like, okay, Joss, what do you want to do? Whatever you say. Well, for a large part of it anyway. Man, are they going to be able to balance that much of, what was it, 6 main heroes in the first Avengers movie? And he knocked it out of the fucking park. Knocked it out of the park. Now we've got, an order of magnitude more characters coming from all across, and even into the galaxy, in the cosmic realm. Again, my first question mark.
They're not going to bring somebody else in.
Yeah.
There'll be another new character apart from Thanos.
Right.
And another new hero. So, I mean, is that when Miss Marvel comes out? Is that when you see Adam Warlock? I mean, who else are they gonna bring into the Marvel MCU? Nova, be awesome to see.
This is gonna be a lot of balancing. Now the Russo brothers are doing it, right?
Yeah.
See, they have my complete.
And they'll have a 6-hour runtime.
Great, bring it on.
It's gonna need it.
Every Russo movie that they've done for Marvel has been fucking awesome. Awesome. So bring it on. I'm cool with it. And I've got a feeling they'll balance it just fine. And how weird is that we're saying that? Have no idea how they're going to do this with probably 30-some characters, but they probably are.
Yeah.
You listening, DC? Because I don't even think you can do that with 3 on the fucking screen, and let alone Marvel's about to do it with 30. Okay?
They couldn't do it with 3 because they didn't bring the villain in until the very end.
And even then,
tried to build Lex through the movie, and then all of a sudden you got Doomsday. It's like, oh, awesome!
And Lex just went psycho out of nowhere.
Well, they threw him in jail, and he's like, really?
He just went. It's so fucking weird. I just don't understand how they can write these stories and not have at least a handful of people in the room saying, "Yeah, but isn't this going to confuse?" I don't know. I don't get it. Whatever. Well, I'm excited. Marvel rocks. What is the next Marvel movie coming out? What is the order?
Guardians.
That's right.
Or the next Marvel movie technically is Logan.
Well, yeah, Marvel Cinematic Universe, I mean.
Yeah. I think it goes
Guardians.
Logan.
Well, yeah, but that's not
Guardians,
that's
Thor.
Fox. That's not Marvel Studios. I mean Marvel Studios movies.
Yeah.
Guardians.
Okay. Guardians, Thor.
That's right, Ragnarok.
And then and then I don't know, is Black Panther before or after?
I think it's if they're filming Infinity War, then it's got to be afterwards because they haven't even started filming Black Panther, to my understanding.
I've seen a lot of people that are cast in it. Let me see.
Marvel Studios movies.
2018.
Here we go. Guardians, then Spider-Man Homecoming,
January.
then Thor.
Or no.
Oh, you're right, then Black Panther.
Okay.
Oh, well, it just says
Yep.
2018. It doesn't give me a month here, so I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know. Well, regardless, it doesn't make a difference. Cool. Well, I'm excited to see more comic book movies by people that know what they're fucking doing.
You're on notice, DC. Go to the corner.
Dude, when they get the fractured focus thumb of disapproval, do you know how much their box office is going to tank? That's at least one or two other people that might hesitate to see that movie for a couple days or wait till home video. Yeah. You don't want to abuse that kind of power.
A couple tenths of thousands of points that they're losing there.
Oh, man.